Well, hello, welcome again to our reading of the Greek New Testament, and we're reading Matthew's Gospel, chapter 25, and we're up to the last section starting at verse 31. This particular pericope only occurs in Matthew. Hotan de elthe hophrios tu anthropou en te doxe autou kai pantes hoiangoloi met autou. Toti kathisai epithronon doxes autou. Whenever Hote plus An, the Son of Man, might come in his glory, and all the angels with him, Tote, at that time, Kathise from Kathisdo, he will sit upon the throne of his glory. Kai sun aktheson tai empros then auto pantata ethne. Now we get neuter plural subject, all the nations, and singular verb. Neuter plural subject, singular. No, in fact, plural verb. So this is from sun ago, and this is the future passive. So that rule of neuter plural subject, singular verb sometimes happens, sometimes doesn't, even with in the one author. So all the nations will be gathered, empros then autou, before him. Empros, then, one of these pseudo prepositions, takes a genitive. Kai ephorise autus ap alelon. Now, aphorisdo is to separate. It's a common word. That plus this horisdo occurs by itself, and aphoristo, meaning in the New Testament, meaning to separate. And he will separate them from one another. Hosper hopoimen aphoriseta probata apoton erithon. Just as the shepherd, the poiman is a shepherd, separates the sheep apoton arithon, and arithos is a kid, a baby goat. So you could just say sheep from the goats here. It's literally a baby goat, I think, in classical Greek. Kai stase tamen probata ek dexion autou. And he will cause to stand the sheep ek dexion autou. Well, it's idiomatic here, it's literally from, but it's on his right side, and it's plural, ek dexion, on the right. It's almost adverbial here. So he will place the sheep on his right, and the erithia. Now notice variation, you get a lot of variatio in Greek generally, and in New Testament Greek. Here he uses erithos, which is the word for a kid, or baby goat, or just goat. And here he uses another version of this. This is to erithion, which is the diminutive. There's no difference in meaning, it's just for the sake of variation here. And there's that corresponding idiom that goes with ek dexion. It's ek nu onumon, on his left. Interesting word. There are various words for left in Greek. The left was generally regarded as bad or evil, dangerous, and so you give it a good name to avert evil. So the name for left here is you, and this onum here is connected with onoma. So it's literally the well-named side. And of course it's not well-named, it's the exact opposite, but you give it a good name so as to avert evil. Tote ere ho basilius tois ek ton dexion autou. And at that time the king will say to those on his right, Dute hoi eulogemenoi tu patros mu. Come, the ones being blessed of my Father. So often translated, come ye blessed of my Father. So come you, the ones who have been blessed of my Father. We get a perfect participle here. Kleronomesity, inherit. This is an aorist imperative from kleron nomeo. So inherit Tain goes with the basileon here, and we have a participle used adjectively here. This is from hetoi masdo, to prepare. So this is the perfect participle. It's literally the prepared kingdom, or the kingdom prepared for you. Apo kataboles cosmu, from literally the laying down of the world, so the foundation of the world, literally from kata and ballo here, the casting down or the laying down of the world. So from the foundation of the world. Epena segar kai edokati moi fagain. This is from pei nao. It's an alpha contract verb, but it's one of those ones that doesn't lengthen the alpha. So even though it's an alpha contract, pei nao is the aorist, it doesn't lengthen the alpha here. And pei nao is to be hungry. For I was hungry, and you gave to me, understand, something, fagain, aorist infinitive from esthio, to eat. Edipsesa, this is from dipsao, from memory, so it's an alpha contract verb, I think. So I was thirsty, kai epotisete me. This is from potisdo. It literally means to water. It's generally used of plants and things, but by this stage it simply means to give someone some water. So not you watered me, but you gave me something to drink. Connected with poterion, you may recall the word for cup. So potisdo is the verb if you're looking it up. So I was thirsty and you gave me a drink. Xenos amen. So there's the first person singular from the past tense of Amy. So I was xenos, I was a stranger. Kai sun egegateme. Literally, you gathered me in. So it has the sense of you made me feel welcome. But the Greek is literally you gathered me. Gumnos kai periballateme. Naked, and periballo is to throw around. So you just translate it as you clothed me, but literally you threw something around me. Asthenesa from asthenio. This is the aorist. I was sick. Kai episkepses theme. Episkeptomai means to visit. The word you get episkopos out of this, someone who visits, or it literally means to keep an eye on, to oversee. But it tends then to have the meaning episkeptomai. Episkeptomai comes to mean to visit. So you visited me. I was in prison. Kai elthate pros eme. Now there's the weak aorist from ale. It would normally be aelthete with an epsilon, but we're getting a weak aorist ending here on this strong verb, which happens quite a lot with this verb. You came to me. Kai toti apokritesontai autoi hodikai legontes. And at that time the righteous will answer him, legontes, saying, Kyrie, O Lord, pote se edomen penonta kai ethrepsamen. When did we see you? Now this is the participle from peinao, contract alpha verb, being hungry, kai ethrepsamen. Now this is from trepho, and it's generally said to be irregular. It's not really. It's originally trepho, and it was originally had two aspirates. Originally thorepho, but there is a sort of rule called Grassmann's law in Greek that says you can't have two aspirates with a linking vowel. So thorepho becomes trepho. Now the phi combines with a sigma in the aorist, and so the aspirated phi is gone, and so the aspirate comes back to the tor, and that goes back to a theta. So you get ethrepsamane, but it is from trepho. It is quite regular given these funny rules about aspiration. Anyway, trepho is to nourish or to care for, to look after. So when did we see you hungry and we looked after you, we fed you, we nourished you? A dipsonta, from dipsao, participle, or thirsty and we gave you something to drink, from potisdo again. Toti de se edomen xenon, and when did we see you as a xenos, a stranger? And sun egegomen, there's that sunago again, we gathered you in, so we included you almost, made you felt at home. Gumnon, or naked, and we put something around you, so we clothed you, from peribalo. Pote, and when did we see you asthenunta? This is from asthenio, participle, being sick, or in fulake, in the prison, kai apelthomen prose, and we came to you. You can see it's very interesting, this verb, this ale. Here we get the strong aorist ending, as it should be on a strong aorist verb. And we've seen the same verb just up here, where you've got a weak aorist ending. This happened a lot with many of these strong and weak verbs by this stage of the language. Kai apokrithes hobazilius ere autois, and the king, having answered, will say, this is from ero, it's future of lego, will say to them, amen lego humin, truly I say to you. F hoson is an idiom here, it means in as much as. Idiomatic use here of F and hosos. So in as much as you did this, heni to one of these my brothers, the least. Elekistos is the superlative here. So inasmuch as you did this to one of these, the least of my brothers, emoi epoieseter, you did it to me. Kai toti ere, at that time he will say also to those on his left, saw that word before, porues the ap emoi, hoi kat eramenoi es top pur to ionion to hetoi masmenon to diabolo kai tois angelois autu. So depart from me. Now in brackets we get those. This is from kat aramai. An ara in classical Greek meant to curse. This is from a verb meaning kat aramai, meaning to curse. And this is the perfect passive participle. So those having been cursed, so depart from me, you cursed ones, the ones having been cursed, into the eternal fire. And then the top is agreeing back with the topur, the one having been prepared. Perfect passive participle from hetoi masdo. Hetoi mos, ready, hetoi masdo, to make ready or prepare. So the one prepared for diabolos, for the devil and his angels. Epe nasa, this is from peinao, from peinao again, to hungry, for I was hungry and you did not give to me, understand something, vagain, to eat. Edipsasa, I was thirsty and you did not give me a drink. I was xenos, I was a stranger, you did not bring me in, did not gather me together, did not make me feel at home. Gumnos, naked and you did not clothe me, you didn't put something around me. Asthenes, weak and in prison, kai uk episkepsas theme, and you did not visit me. So we get good practice of our vocab here, because we're getting lots of repetition of words to help cement them in. Toti apokrithesontai kai autoi legontes, and at that time they themselves also will answer, saying, Curie, Lord, when did we see you paonta, hungry, or dipsonta or thirsty, e xenon, e gumnon, e asthene, e enfulake, kai u dia kone samen soi. So when did we see you, all these things, or xenon, or a stranger, or naked, or weak, or sick, or in prison? And we did not, now variation again, different word here we're using, this is from diaconio, to minister to help or give assistance to, and we did not assist you. So tote, apokrythesatai autois legon, and at that time he will answer to them, saying, Amen lego humin, truly I say to you, and there's that idiom again, ephoson, inasmuch as, uk epoiesete, you did not do it to one of these least ones, emoi, ude emoi epoiesete, you did not, neither did you do it to me. Kai ap eliusontai auto ahutoi es kolas in ionion, hoide dikaioi es zoen ionion. And those, they, that's the hutoi, these ones literally, so they will depart, future from aperkamai, into kolasis is a third declension noun. Kolasdo, the verb, is to punish someone, kolasdo, to punish, and the abstract noun kolasis is an abstract noun from that meaning punishment, so into eternal punishment, but the just, understand, will go as zoen ionion, into life eternal. And notice this is feminine, but ionion is it's a diminutive really, and it's a two-termination adjective, so it's got the on ending, even though it's going with a feminine noun here. And that's the end of chapter 25.